Previously on
Game Dev Vlog.
My idea now for the quick fight mode is to simplify it to the point where I can have a playable version out on itch.io before the end of April. Apparently, one of my favorite things to do in game development is to give myself impossible deadlines. Don't get me wrong, I think I will be able to have a demo version ready in 2 weeks, but I probably need to hurry up a bit. Before I get to that, however, here's a quick recap. So I've almost finished the game loop of the quick fight mode now. The menus are all in place and the combat system is working more or less as it should. I've added a couple of new sounds, edited some of the old ones, but I still have a few more to record before it's done. I also added a new blood splatter effect on the screen whenever there's a critical hit or when a character is defeated. This is something that was suggested to me in a comment on a previous video, so thank you very much for that, Curtis. As you can see, there's also a game over menu now that contains some statistics. I'm not entirely happy with it, mainly because of the style that is looking different compared to the rest of the game, but for now I will leave it like this. However, there is one thing that I need to remove from a game, at least for now, and that is the Pommel Strike. This was supposed to be an attack that you did to knock your opponent back, but I can't seem to balance it. It's either annoying and too easy to abuse, or simply pointless to perform. It's a bit buggy right now, but nevertheless, it's just never felt right. I want to try to bring it back later, but for the demo version, it will be removed. Now, the only thing that is really needed that I still haven't implemented is some kind of a tutorial. For the final version of the game, I want to have a proper tutorial, but right now I'm just going to settle for a pop-up displaying the control scheme the first time you use a controller or the keyboard. So for this I need 3 different versions, one for the Xbox controller, one for when you use the entire keyboard, and one for when you share the keyboard in local multiplayer. The way I'll do this in the code is somewhat of a lazy solution, I guess. I'll make 3 booleans for whether or not each control scheme has been shown already, and then I'll just make them visible at the start of the fight if the bool in question is false. For now, I won't save this info on the computer, so each time you reboot the game, you'll get the tutorial pop up again. Okay, so I know that I said that the last thing that the game needed before it was done was this tutorial, but I think you agree with me that it's pretty boring to cycle between just a couple of characters and a couple of outfits as it is right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a customization menu because I have 2 weeks before I have to release the game, and the last week I want to spend on building up the itch.io page, adding some screenshots, maybe even recording a gameplay trailer. So that means that I have 1 week now to spend on creating this customization menu, and I'm gonna start now, and hopefully it won't take more than a week. Alright, I'm a bit behind schedule right now because it's Thursday the 26th and I've just finished the customization menu. Or well, actually it's not yet finished, I still need to polish it a bit, but it's more or less done. So as you can see, there's a huge lack of equipment right now, so I want to add some more of that this weekend. Then I still need to record some more sound effects and do some general polishing of the game. Finally, I will set up the itch.io page and then we should be ready for release. Keep in mind that this is an incredibly simple version of the game, but again, just to clarify, it will be out on itch.io hopefully sometime next week for PC. The best way to play it is with an Xbox controller, preferably against another player in local multiplayer who's also using an Xbox controller, but you can play it with your keyboard as well. So in the next video I'll talk some more about my plans for after this demo version has been released, what I'll add before I'll release it on mobile and stuff like that. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.